Let's talk about dudes who build robots in my DC cinematic universe. Starting off in my first Justice Society movie set during World War II, we're introduced to Dr. T.O. Morrow. He's a scientist working for the Nazi Party, and he builds a bunch of evil androids to help the Nazis in the war. He and Wolfgang Krieger were all buddy-buddy, and they get their shit kicked in by the Justice Society. He gets arrested, but he's a Nazi scientist who could build really dope shit in World War II. You know what that means? Operation Paperclip. For those unaware, Operation Paperclip is the real-world thing where the United States recruited a shit ton of Nazi scientists after the war. This dude was one of those. He would come to America, he would work for the government, and he would get 2 students as his protégés. One, Dr. Will Magnus, and the second, Professor Anthony Ivo. These 2 would take everything this man could do and do much more. Will Magnus would go on to invent the Metal Men, and Professor Anthony Ivo would invent Amazo and Metallo. And some of you guys might be wondering, what's the difference between doctor, and professor? Well, this motherfucker went on to teach robotics at a school for a while, where he also would have some pretty prolific students, namely Dr. Silas Stone and Dr. John Henry Irons. These guys would learn a lot about robotics from Professor Ivo. John Henry would take what he learned and eventually develop exosuits and become a superhero known as Steel, whereas Silas Stone focuses more on replacing human body parts with cybernetics. He works on prosthetics, he works on artificial organs, he works on all sorts of technology for Star Labs. And then one day, after a catastrophic accident involving his son Victor, he would turn his son Victor into the superhero known as Cyborg. And that's some robots for you.